everybody, and welcome to Business World in the Classroom. My name is Michelle Grakowski, and I'm the director of the Wisconsin Business World program. I'm excited to talk to you today about one of my very favorite topics, which is marketing. Marketing 101. All right, as we've discussed in previous videos, there are pillars of every strong business. We have our entrepreneurs that are our idea people, our visionaries. We have our CEOs that are the leaders. We have people that, work with numbers all day to make sure that your finances are strong. And we have our production team to make sure that the product is moving forward, and going through the pipeline the way it's supposed to. But then we have our communicators, our marketing team, and that's what we're going to focus on today. Marketing is super important because you are the key between your product, your business, and the public. So let's talk about marketing. Why is marketing so important? Because marketing, again, is that communication piece. So you are the actual voice of your company. You are actually the people as a marketing team that's going out and putting your best foot forward so that your company is able to grow and to expand and to sell more products and to be aware of the products that you're actually selling. What are some of the qualities of a really strong marketing team? Number one, excellent communication skills. Right? You have to be able to not just be able to talk, but to be able to write and to get your point across. And there's so many ways now. Communication is changing so quickly with all the different social media platforms and everything. So great marketing teams are cutting edge. They understand oh, you know what? TikTok is the next big thing. Well, okay, we better start doing some TikTok ads, right? Or some TikTok videos. But it's super important for marketing to always be cutting edge. And they really know how to connect with people so that they can sell the product. We're going to show that in a little bit here with personal branding. Super creative and super innovative. Two important qualities of a marketing team: to be creative and innovative. And of course, organized, because especially nowadays, you guys, there's just so much noise is what it's called in the industry. There's so much noise out there because, again, you can watch Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, the cable TV. You can hang out on your phone and go on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, and all these platforms. So how can we reach people? So a marketing team knows how to reach these people and to stay organized as they're doing it. Brand recognition is key, okay? So no, I just listed 10 different types of platforms. In all of those platforms, your company and your product should be branded. So I don't know if you've noticed, but on our screen here, we have our Business World logo up on the top of all of our screens. That's there so when you're watching our presentation, oh, it's Wisconsin Business World. We have our slogan up there, business is a force for good. That is the one thing that I really hope everybody takes away whenever they come to a Business World program, is that business is a force for good. So those are two very important branding pieces that we put on our materials so that you can see oh, yep, I'm still listening to that lady from Business World, right? But it's there, it's right there. And hopefully then you're going to recognize that logo and see it on a t-shirt and be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Right? So that's brand recognition. Let's talk about some companies here, and you can yell this out in your classroom if you'd like. Well, maybe not yell. I don't know if your teacher would appreciate that. But when you see McDonald's, what's their slogan? I'm loving it, right? How about Nike? Just do it. Quick Trip. Anyone know this one? This one's a little bit harder to find, but and every time you go to a Quick Trip, when you leave, what do they say to you? See you next time. Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. How about M&M's? This one dates me and I love it, and that's why I keep it in here, because I love to see if anybody can get this one. And I'm talking to see if anyone's getting it. How about melt in your mouth, not in your hands? That was the slogan from when I was about your age. How about The Rock? Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Oprah Winfrey, anyone know Oprah? She's a lady that yells, you get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car. So guess what? Now everybody knows her, and when they see her, and especially when she's pointing, you might think you're getting a car. My personal favorite brander is J.J. Watt. I don't know how many football fans out there I have, how many Badger fans I have out there, but I'll tell you I'm probably one of the biggest football Badger fans there is. So I want to talk to you a little bit about J.J. Watt today. J.J. Watt, as you can see, his tagline is dream big, work hard. okay? And that has been his hashtag, that has been his on every brand that he does, on his foundation, everything. It's dream big, work hard. And that is who he is to a core. What I love about J.J. Watt isn't so much that he's a great football player, but it's his story. And hopefully this will help inspire you. J.J. Watt played football in high school. He did great. He ended up going over to Michigan, played in a small school his freshman year, and played well. But he thought, you know what, I don't know if I want to really do this. He came home, he took a year off of college, and he was delivering pizzas. And he went up and knocked on a door, and a little boy answered the door, and so the story goes, and said, J.J. Watt, what are you doing here? And he said, well, I'm delivering pizzas. And he's like, well, why aren't you playing football? And JJ's like, you know what? Why am I not? And so JJ went back to the gym, started working out, got himself in tip-top shape, reached out to the Wisconsin Badgers and said, you know what? I want to walk on. And they said, okay. And he did. And you guys know the rest of his story. I mean, he was one of the most decorated athletes that has ever gone through the Wisconsin Badger program. And now he's playing for the Houston Texans. But what I love more than all of that is through it all, it's dream big, work hard, and it's his give back mentality. J.J. Watt raised $41.6 million for the victims of Hurricane Harvey a couple years ago. And he did that through the largest crowdsourcing donation philanthropy ever, okay? So he just went on a crowdsourcing site and said, we need to help. And people responded. $41.6 million. And that's just the tip of the iceberg for him. Dream big, work hard. All right, you guys, let's talk about this, and talk about you a little bit, okay? So marketing is super important. Marketing is brand recognition. Marketing is creating a feeling and an emotion and getting people to think and to recognize your brand, just like we were talking about with McDonald's and all of those other brands. But how does this apply to you? How can you really use this brand recognition to stand out in the crowd? First of all, you guys, if you can't be early, or if you can't be on time, be early, okay? Biggest thing, be early. If you have a job interview appointment, if you're working already, if you're playing on a basketball team, be early, show up early. Show that you're eager to do whatever it is that you're doing. Work on your communication skills. Again, marketing is communication. Marketing is getting your point across. Learn how to communicate with other people so that what you're trying to say comes across clearly and concisely. Write handwritten thank you notes, okay? And this goes beyond just if you're going in for a job interview. Let's say you have a teacher that did something that was really inspiring to you. Maybe you have a teacher that helped you through a really hard time on a test, or got you prepared for a test. Or maybe you were having a bad day and the teacher just reached out to you. Write them a handwritten thank you note. You guys, it goes so long if you can show your gratitude, okay? Show your gratitude. And always dress for success, meaning that, if you're applying for a job, even if it's at McDonald's, put on your khakis and a nice shirt, put on a skirt and show that you're really interested in that job. Dress for success. So again, how do you want to be seen? This slide here, we talked about all the different platforms on social media. One of the biggest things that I want you guys to always think about is what you're posting on social media, okay? It's crazy. People look now. I run my own business. I work in publishing. I work with authors. They send materials to me, and if I fall in love with it, I'll offer them representation and try to sell that manuscript to a publisher. The first thing I do before I offer representation is I go on their social media, and I see what they're posting, and I see if they're posting good things or if they're posting really negative things. That it shows their character. It also shows what kind of branding that they're putting out there for the public to see. Think about that before you post, okay? It's really easy to think, well, you know what, I'm going to post something on Twitter and it's going to disappear. By the time you hit delete, somebody's probably already grabbed that screenshot. So think about what you're posting. If you don't want your mom or your grandma to see what you're posting, don't post it, okay? Think about that, because no matter what you do, someone is going to see it and it can come back at you. So really think about how you want to be seen. Be great communicators, keep learning, stay curious, and stay innovative.